Okay, Poi people, one more tutorial. I don't know how difficult this is going to be for you guys, but we've gone over a couple of things already that are a little harder than this. One of them was the butterfly wraps, Flutterwraps, whatever you want to call them. The other one, and this is actually harder. Wow, what that happened? The other one is this, the Rainbow Wraps that I sort of created, and I don't know why I can get into that for a second there. This is the basic version of those, the spiral wrap. I realized after putting up the other two that you probably are going to need some basic understanding of the actual spiral wrap before getting into them. I sort of take it for granted that some of these videos, you know, you're going to be jumping into them and you'll already have a good deal of experience in Poi. I shouldn't think like that, but I've been thinking like that because there are a lot of fantastic beginners tutorials out there. I don't think I need to reinvent the wheel. PlayPoi.com, go there, click on their Learn section. They've got a fantastic beginner series. I highly endorse them. So anyway, the spiral wrap. This. Much like the butterfly wrap, where you start in butterfly and throw them around your hands, you're going to want to throw them back towards yourself a little bit, so that you can get more of an arc, and so that you have more of your hand and wrist to hit. If you throw them how you would normally throw, like if you were trying to do an isolation or, you know, a weave, then they would probably go towards your fingers a little bit more, slide off, make things awkward, twist around the ropes themselves. I recently got these on fire. They're extremely dangerous on fire. I don't recommend them until you're very advanced. But what you basically do is when you're spinning an anti-spin, when you're spinning in split time, same direction, you throw them into your hands, and this takes actually a lot more muscle memory than it's going to look like from me. You could do it from anything, from just a wall plane technique like this, throw it into itself. From the windmill position, throw it into itself. From a weave, throw it into itself, right? That basic motion isn't terribly hard. What ends up being hard is trying to learn it in various positions and getting the very basic muscle memory for it. You end up needing to sort of bounce your hands back and forth when you first get it to get your arms strong enough to actually throw them. So once it gets to here, right, you would basically throw your hands back the opposite direction. So here, throw the opposite direction. And I've found that it makes it really easy if you pull your hands apart, because the Poi will naturally throw themselves again if you throw them apart, right? And from there you can get into other techniques like caps really easily, right? Okay, so the next thing you need to know is that you have to learn different positions with this, much like anything. And going from here, which is the basic spiral wrap right in front of you, to even here are two almost totally different monsters. But even worse than that is when you're going from here, and they'll do that sometimes, oftentimes no matter how good you are. When you're going from here to here, it gets to be a real monster. This is probably one of the most painful techniques that I've learned in a very long time, and even now I can only do it a couple times. The reason for that is because you're holding your arms up in a way that's stretching your muscles out differently, and you're not looking at it. You're going to hit yourself a lot doing that. My friend just recently learned to do spiral wraps and butterfly wraps in the waist wrap position, which is here. And there are other people who can do them here, and then step back to get out of them. They're really fantastic, really versatile techniques. Say you're doing trichetras here, throw it into itself, you've reversed the trichetras, right? Really nice, really, really cool, really smooth technique. I cannot reiterate enough, though, that you want to be extremely skilled with it before you even attempt it on fire. The worst thing you can do with fire while you're spinning is cupping yourself. You will burn the hell out of yourself and you'll go to the ER. Spiral wraps is a recipe for cupping yourself. And if you don't know what cupping yourself is, that's when you wrap the toy around your hands while they're on fire and you can't get out of it. It's very dangerous to do. I don't recommend it. Can't stress that enough until you are very good at it. I was doing spiral wraps for almost 10 months. Almost the entire 10 months before I finally did it with fire. So, yeah. If you have any advice about it, go ahead and tell me. Otherwise, I hope you learn well. Talk to you guys soon.